Hello and welcome to another edition of Stockwatch. So we see that Tesla have had to start recalling a lot of their Model S and X vehicles in the US predominantly over failings in their touchscreen devices, which regulators have deemed could cause a lot of crashes and risks on the highway. The problem involved the memory chip in the media control unit, and that was affecting a range of safety issues, including the loss of rear view cameras and the potential loss of audible chimes that lead to indicators for drivers that are parking their cars and also that are driving in general. At the time, Tesla acknowledged the issue and said that if the display isn't working, then they can go back to the old format where they can look over the shoulder to mirrors. But obviously, excuse me, that hasn't gone down too well with a lot of drivers that have, and customers that have bought a brand new Tesla car in the long term. So Tesla has now voluntarily decided to recall the affected models, which will begin at the end of March. And sticking with the American automobile industry, Ford is to start building its iconic Mustang in China for the first time. The US car maker said its Mustang E will begin being produced later this year as it looks to tap into China's electric vehicle market. Earlier this month, Tesla started delivering the Model Y to Chinese customers from its Shanghai factories. So Western brands are aggressively targeting China in general, where electric vehicle sales seem to be on the up. After the Chinese government obviously wants more electric vehicles on the road as soon as possible. Volkswagen said it will also soon be delivering vehicles produced at two newly built Chinese factories that are dedicated to electric cars. And from last week's Stockwatch video, which I mentioned, Daimler has also posted strong results for their Q4 earnings for 2020 off the back of strong recovery in the global market led by China. So it seems to be very China predominantly based at the moment for a lot of companies not only moving there but opening factories as well. And making sure that they're maximizing profits, especially when it comes to the electrical vehicle market, which is predominantly in the headlines. So the last time I looked at Tesla, I wanted to just drag it back to 2020, or at the beginning, which is here where we saw the continued accentuation even after the stock split, which happened late, in the middle of Q3 to Q4 of 2020. But are we going to see any kind of exhaustion in Tesla? The recent reports have also said they've got to start accepting cryptocurrencies as well. One of the first big companies to really start accepting this kind of payment method. So this can even spring Tesla's stock back into what is obviously a progressive bounce to the upside. So I'm not really seeing much on the momentum indicator at the moment. Obviously, we've got this bearish divergence that is, forever seems to be pushing to the upside. What I'm going to be looking at now is, we can put Fibonacci's on it all day, but what I want to really look at is the peaks and troughs. So, are we going to start hitting these potential gaps in the market and peaks? There's an area of consolidation now. I've got it on the 2-day chart. I can bring it down to the 12-hour chart just to get a bit of intraday perspective. And as you can see, nice consolidation zone here. I'll just be looking if we can get to the bottom of this consolidation for further weakness, or if it's going to start pushing higher to the recent peaks above towards the $900. After the stock split, we were wondering how long it's going to take to get back to $1,000. So this will be something to look out for in the next few trading sessions and possibly going into Q2 as well. And just a quick look on Ford as well. Again, we see the strong accentuation for Ford and very boyish, buoyant Q4 earnings reports as well. The earnings season seems to be very, very good for a lot of the companies recently, exceeding expectations, surpassing the estimates that were given by certain regulators and people that were looking to see if there's going to be any short selling on any stocks. But Ford looks to be going towards the uptrend. As you can see, we've got this V-shaped recovery in the near term, and that was just coming off the back at the beginning of February as well. So again, just looking to see if we're going to puncture this ceiling here. This was obviously a bit of a false spike, but there is room for further upside. And I'll be looking to see if it's going to start pushing higher. We can put a Fibonacci on the recent low to the high, but this is if it starts retracing, which I don't think it's going to be in the next few trading sessions. We've got Obviously, quite a lot of the trading week left to go, so just looking to see what's going to be the opportunities moving into the rest of the week. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to add them to the post, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.